Guys, good morning. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel where we discuss South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. What is currently trending in South Africa is the Bela Act, which was signed yesterday by President Cyril Ramaphosa, and it is causing a lot of havoc within the GNU. Prior to its signing, the DA stated to its position that it is not in support of the bill, and the Minister Siviwe, who is the Minister of Basic Education in South Africa, decided, I am not going to be a part of that. Count me out. And people are calling for her head on the chopping block. They say she cannot be trusted with making sure that the act is being implemented accordingly. Now, people are calling for a head on the chopping block. But where did it start? Let us see. It started when the president announced and the DA said, you know what, we are not in support of this bill. And the president proceeded to sign it anyway, with the main supporter of the president signing the bill being Panyaza Lesufi. You know, Panyaza Lesufi will support anything that will disrupt the GNU, not because he is excited about the bill. He can be excited about the bill, but the greater excitement, I can bet my last cent on it, that he is celebrating it because it is disrupting the GNU. He is not a fan. It is clear to say that he is not a fan of the GNU.
I do not believe that the president should sign the Bela bill into law tomorrow. Among other issues, we believe the bill compromises the rights of children to mother tongue education. And that's why I met the president on Bela yesterday. And I really hope that we can find a common way forward.
If the president does go ahead tomorrow and sign the Bela bill, we will have to consider all of our options on the way forward. The bottom line for the DA is that the economy grows and it creates jobs. If the GNU cannot or won't do that, then there's frankly no point being part of it. So the first reason that we entered the government of national unity is that our country required it of us. If the RET faction of the ANC, EFF and MK and their small party proxies find their way to come together, South Africa will face an existential crisis. But now that we're in government, our responsibility is to now meet the challenge of the hour. Our single priority is economic growth and job creation. If the ANC insists on taking down the country down the path to economic ruin, it would be our patriotic duty to leave the government and to use our position in Parliament then, our 22%, to stop the slide into catastrophe. The DA can only do more with your support. So strengthen our hand, and together we can strengthen the country. Thank you very much.
Office of the Presidency posted on X that the President Cyril Ramaphosa will on Friday, 13th September 2024 at the Union Buildings sign the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bela bill into law, which aims to strengthen governance within South Africa's education sector. This comes after the DA has stated its position that they are not in support. And then Panyaza Lesufi is having a time of his life. He quoted the post of the Office of the Presidency and said, thanks, my president, sign it. This is what I'm saying. Panyaza will celebrate anything that seeks to disrupt the GNU. It's not his favorite thing. So I also think the DA is like me. Whenever I spent in a relationship, you said, let's end things. Then a few days later, like, why come my sweetheart? Time is yet to tell. The ENCA posted, Education Minister boycotts Bela bill signing ceremony. So that is Siviwe GWAGUBE there being posted by ENCA on X. And then Panyaza Lesufi quoted that post by ENCA and said, what if we also urge our education MECs to boycott interacting with her? You know, chaos. As I think it was a game of threatening each other between the DA and the ANC that, look, you can move out of this GNU. The other one said, you can go, we'll still be standing. Or maybe, even if you threaten to go, we can disrupt the functioning of your own minister. Yeah, it's a mess. And then the president signed that bill. You know, I don't know how to feel. Many people say it does not address the core issues, challenges that the education sector is facing. it is just political game and whatnot. So Panyaza Lesufi posted the picture of the president signing that bill. He said they might have oppressed our grandparents and parents and succeeded, but from today they will never ever try to oppress the education of our children and our children's children. Never again. Thanks, my president. Yeah, racial politics will never leave us, will they? We are stuck in this forever. And I'm telling you now, when I'm saying Panyaza Lesufi is having a time of his life, and I think if it were according to him, the GNU would collapse today. So we're yet to see what the DA will say. So the DA posted up on X. They said the DA will challenge both the process and substance of the Bela Act on constitutional grounds. The DA rejects President Ramaphosa's plan to allow provincial departments to override school governing bodies on language policies. Here is what people are saying. They're saying the intention of the DA is to protect African schools. You know, the complaints are so... They are complaining about so many things, but how do you feel about the Bela Act? I don't know. I think I'm divided, but I'll say my own thing at the end. And then the DA comes again and says the DA has instructed its lawyers to continue to prepare for court action on both the process leading to the adoption of the Bela bill as well as its substance on constitutional grounds. So there are people that are supporting the DA. So I'm going to put one clip at the end of my commentary so you see what other people's views are on the Bela Act. I just feel like it is not addressing the core issues as well. That is me. That is my only concern with it. And then the EFF says, the EFF condemns the appalling conduct by the Minister of Basic Education, Siviwe, who refused to attend the signing ceremony of the Bela bill today in support of the white supremacist DA policy position for the continued segregation of African children in education. So any move now in South Africa, especially with the GNU, is going to be so closely monitored by the opposition parties. Let me just say the progressive parties, so they call themselves, is going to be closely monitored, and we are in for a ride of the racial accusations left, right, and center. Also, Sadtu is coming for Siviwe Gwagube's head on the chopping block. They say Sadtu is demanding the resignation of Basic Education Minister Siviwe Gwarube after she chose to boycott the signing of the Bela bill this afternoon. So I also think it was a mistake on her side, even if it was her party that told her to do so. I think it's a mistake on the side of her party. They shouldn't have done this. They should have allowed her to go and then react differently on the bill. And also what concerns many South Africans is the part where the government says undocumented children should be allowed to go to school. There's no child that is supposed to be blocked from entering the school because they don't have documents. Now, I think this is not being understood by South Africans to some degree. And as a person that grew up in the villages, sometimes you'd find children who don't have the birth certificates and any form of identity because maybe the parents are living far, they're living with their grandmothers, and the process of getting the child's birth certificate was not. The grandparents struggled to get those, find that the child is a South African child, but they don't have the identification that allows them to enter school. I think that's what the government is speaking about here. And also, what I've noticed in the past, sometimes even schools will say, okay, bring your clinic card. You find that the grandparents have lost the clinic card also. The child is just existing with no document. I think the government is saying that kind of being undocumented, but it's getting lost somewhere. I don't know, I might be wrong, but as usual, you can comment on that, agree with me or disagree. And one more other thing that I want to say before I close my commentary, it is that there are also people that are supporting the DA in coming against, in challenging the Bela Act. they saying it doesn't address the core issues that the education system is facing. And sort of to some degree agree with them that maybe the focus should have been on eradicating crime that is going on in school, like moral regeneration in the children, like understanding the authority of the teachers, respecting the teachers, and the teachers understanding that they act as parents on the day, during the day, before the kids go to school. Those things that we have to really focus on. I don't know, I might be wrong, I stand corrected on that one, but I just feel like it is not addressing the core issues. Let us see what the views of the people are on that matter.
And I'm happy to see the Democratic Alliance taking this further. They have said they are going to approach the courts, or the courts, I should say, to challenge this law, right? They have my full support in that. I'm opposed to this big bureaucracy that is being put in place when it comes to our education. It does not address the key fundamental problems we face in our education system, and that is bad educational outcomes. Where we have young people, at least 81% of young grade 4 learners, they cannot read for meaning. And bills like this, they are not helping at all. Those are the issues we should be addressing, folks, not signing some bills for government to expand its control. That's not what will be useful to address our educational problems. It's just that these political leaders, they love power, right? They think that the government knows what is best for the people. They think that they must take more control of us as communities, as a people living in South Africa. So look, I am totally opposed. I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated at Ramaphosa for signing this basic education laws amendment bill into law. I'm totally, against this